Hey, guys.
Welcome to Friday.
Hey, we made it through another week, guys.
That's right. Welcome to another week with us. You get to enjoy us at the end of your week. So this is something.
This is what makes everybody's week.
That's
perfect.
right. So this is
a
what
perfect
you look.
ending.
This is what you should look forward to every Friday with us. Right.
That's right. We're here every Friday,
Every Friday.
basically.
Every Friday.
Yes.
Every other Friday. Every Friday.
Yeah, Friday.
Friday after Friday. All right. So who's ready to get into some good, juicy gossip? Right. Who's ready to get into some conversations tonight?
I don't know if I want to get into this one because, the whole lying thing, but we're going to see. All right. Now, this is for informational purposes only, right? So I don't want you to think that I'm going to get some information, but I don't need you to hold it against me. All right. So this is a safe space.
What's that mean?
It's a safe space.
What
So
does it
we're going to
mean?
have an open and free conversation.
This is a no judgment zone.
Thank you.
So this is for getting the information out there, right? So this is something that comes up all the time in marriages. But before we get into tonight's topic, don't forget, I am Tina Marie, and this is Jason.
Yep.
And we are part of Legendary Relationship.
Yep.
So you can go to our channel, Legendary Relationship. But we are relationship coaches, experts, and we bring you the 411 on marriage and relationships, right?
Yep.
And if you want to know where all of our information is, you can click that QR code. Now, Jason, tell them all the rest. Where can they find our what?
Our podcast is wherever you can get your podcast delivered. Apple, Google, you name it. Love and Beyond the I Do podcast is our podcast. Like I said, it's everywhere that you can get a podcast delivered, and it comes out every Wednesday. So check that out. It's basically we're just strictly talking about marriage and relationship.
That's Loving Beyond the I Do. So that's after you say the I do, what happens after that?
Yes.
Loving Beyond the I Do. That's our podcast.
Yep.
And
You can get all of our other stuff at legendaryrelationship.com, or you can click the QR code there, or you can go to legendaryrelationship.com/info, and you can get everything there.
I got music in my head, y'all. Or if you want to get a beautiful shirt with you and your hubby, yeah, that says our relationship is. Our legendary relationship is built on hard work, love, and trust. Right? So we got to trust, because tonight we're talking about lies. So we'll be right back. Jason, you got our video queued up?
Probably not. No.
All right. So it's one of those wonderful Fridays that we didn't know came after Thursday.
No.
It's like the time flew by today. All right. So we'll be right back after this messages.
Like I said, guys, welcome back,
Yes.
and also happy Friday.
So I would like for you guys who are viewing right now to do me a favor. Can you phone a friend? Can you call a friend, click on a friend, forward this, and ask all your friends who you know lie to get on? Because I would like to get the information straight from the horse's mouth, right? So I want people who have lied in the past, and again, this is a no judgment zone, right? To kind of give me, so as we're going through this conversation, I want to hear from people who have done it and their reason behind it. Because we can only speculate, but if we get the truth out there from men as well as women, then we're better equipped, right? So,
Well, let's say hello to a few friends.
all right. Hello, Kelly. Let's get into it. All right. Let's get into it.
We're gonna spill the beans here.
Kelly, usually Friday you're very forthcoming, so I hope that you're in the conversation tonight, all right? Happy Friday, Dennis. Good to see you. Happy Friday.
Welcome back, Dennis.
All right, just checking in. Got to work in 4 hours. Just worked 16 hours. God, today.
yeah.
Thank you both for
Man
helping me
up.
change my mind, body, spirit. The last couple of months, I'm progressing slowly, but I'm happy. Thank you. You know what?
Progress is slow.
No, it doesn't matter. What my daughter tells me is progress is good. It doesn't matter how big or how small. The point is that we have to stop judging ourselves on a scale that society sets for us. As long as you're making progress, that's all that matters. Even if it's one thing that you change for the next 1,500 days. That's progress. We have to stop beating ourselves up on things that we think we have to do in a certain amount of time for someone else or for society. The thing is that we've spent 50 plus years being this person, having these habits, thinking these ways. And in order for us to make progress, it starts in the mind. And so we have to change who we see ourselves being. So I like to work out, but before that I didn't. And I often say, I wish I had started working out when my kids were, like, I used to be active with them, but I wish I had really started working out early in my life, because I've always been an active, athletic type of person, but I just never worked out. And when I picked up a little bit of weight and it was hard for me to start working out, I always said, man, God, I wish I could work out. And now that I do it, I had to see myself doing it and becoming that before I could actually do it. So Dennis, don't beat up on yourself. We thank you for tuning in every Friday. We appreciate you being here, and we hope that we're giving you some valuable information that can help you in your progress.
And if you don't catch us live, you can always catch the replay.
That's right. But what I say is, don't worry, be happy. Don't sweat the small stuff. Any progress is good.
All right, I want to get into this one.
All right.
I like this topic.
I like this topic. You look cute. Who look cute, me or Jason?
Thank you, Sandra. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Thank you, Sandra.
I think it's the new hairstyle for me.
So,
oh yeah, I got that one and this one.
All right, Kelly said, going on childhood abuse of trauma, I have lied out of fear.
Yeah,
exactly.
and we have that.
Absolutely.
I was lied out. Yep.
Yes. So,
hold on 1 second here.
Honestly, you both are so inspirational for me and my partner, almost like the movie Grinch. Thank you. But I guess they had some issues in the beginning too, right? Trying to be something that they weren't.
Right.
But so, thank you, Dennis. Thank you. We hope to be an inspiration to a lot of people, and so if anyone else that you can recommend us to, that way they can watch it and help you on your journey as well. So if you have someone, as well as your partner, someone you see at work or constantly, that you need to be around positive people that can reinforce what you're trying to do. Because when you're surrounded, especially 16 hours?
Yeah.
When you're surrounded by the same people doing the same thing every single day, it's hard to break the habit of what you do, of who you are, of what you think, of how you become. And Dennis, honestly, oh my God, 16 hours. I think you operating out of the subconscious. I don't even think you're probably not even awake. You probably sleep half the time that you think that you're up. Right? So you don't even know if you change, because you just sleep wow, that's a lot of hours to sleep. So Dennis, we're gonna have to talk with you next Friday about giving up less hours and becoming better Dennis, spending some time for yourself, right? Because you don't want to work so much that you don't live. And the whole purpose of living is to live. So you make the money to enjoy the money, but if you make it and you're not here to enjoy it, then what's the point of making it? Right. So we want to spend some time enjoying it as well. You and your partner want to enjoy that money. You want to enjoy. You want to take some time. You want to kick up your feet. So
there's nothing more important. It's nothing more important than time
for yourself,
with your loved ones, and just time.
Yeah.
Right. So money is going to always be there. All right. So let's go ahead and get into it.
All right. So, you ready, Jay?
Yeah, I'm ready.
You gonna start with one of your lies? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, so first of all, I don't do well with pop quizzes, and I feel like this may be a pop quiz, but that's okay. I'll take one on the chin. So the first reason why I think that most people lie or tell untruth is to avoid conflict. Right?
Okay.
So, confrontation. So if you know something's going to get the other person going, then you'll be like, I'm just going to say this so I don't have to deal with it. Is that?
No, I'm actually...
Lie?
No.
Let's get down. Okay, let's get down.
Witnessed you doing that. And I think...
But you don't know I was telling the story.
Sometimes I do. I know that you're telling the story because, I think there's signs so people lie. But why?
Like Twitch? Tell me what the sign is.
I'll tell you what the sign is. But I think people lie because they want to. So the main reasons why people lie is there's two reasons, right? They either want to get a reward, right? They want to get the accolades. They want to look like something they're not. They want to get the promotion, right? They want to get the girl.
Right.
So people lie either to get the reward or people lie to avoid the punishment.
Right. Or the
Right?
conflict.
The
right.
conflict, right? And so I've seen you do that where you know that if you tell me the truth about a certain situation or a certain person,
Right.
that it may create conflict. So you kind of eliminate or leave out some things.
I
right?
manage my conflict. That's what you call true conflict management.
So do you think doing that helps you or the other person if they know that you're lying?
I don't
and
know.
the lie, because to you think it's
Saving myself at this particular time.
so do you think that's right when people save themselves
Oh, I
at
know
that
it's not
particular
right.
time?
I know it's not right. But at the time, I think that it's right.
So
That's
can
why
I take
I
a break
do.
because I left my phone and my phone had some notes that I wanted to talk about tonight.
Go
Can
ahead.
I take? Okay, you
Okay.
to the people. So talk to them about lies. All right.
I got some things out here. I can do that. Turn you down because you go on in the back and you be yapping. Yeah. All right. Okay. So what? Oh yeah. All right. You know what? I'm reading this in my head, Dennis, because Tina's here. All right. So, work sometimes is a safe place for me. Okay. Cool. But I'm here to get this medicine. All right. I appreciate that. And you know what? Sometimes it's like that, Dennis. Sometimes work is like a safe place. I mean, if it is, it's good, as long as it's not toxic. For it, right?
Yeah.
That's the most important thing. You know, we have to control our environment. We have to control who we let into our space. So now, getting back to this whole lying thing, right?
Right. So some people lie.
So let me. I'm gonna start back to my childhood, right?
Okay. Your childhood. Woo, you going way back there.
I am.
You know it's only a 30-minute, 45-minute show.
I understand that. But we're going to be real quick.
All right.
All right. I think when I was a child, I was a professional liar.
Wow.
I thought I was pretty good at it.
That was the next topic. Okay. Go
Right.
ahead.
So I would just lie for no reason. And I don't know. So you know what? My mom used to always tell me, "Boy, you lie so much. When you tell the truth, no one's going to believe you."
Absolutely.
Yep. She used to tell me that all the time. Because I would have my hand in a cookie jar. And she just, get your hand in the cookie jar. I didn't have my hand in the cookie jar. I didn't touch that. I mean, things that I could not get out of, but that carried me through
So I have a
my
question.
grade school and high school years and young adult up until I met you.
Okay.
Okay.
So do you think being a habitual liar as a kid, like, do you think that when did you stop being a habitual liar? Because how do you just stop lying?
Well,
what is the point? How do people just stop lying, especially as an adult, because the lies get bigger and the stakes are bigger?
Right. I wasn't lying about certain things. It was slightly untruths. That's all I was giving. I don't know. I just stopped because it was no fun. I didn't think I was going to grow out of it, right? But I stayed on punishment a lot as a kid because I lied so much. So I spent a lot of time inside the house in the summer, which we only get 2 days of summer in the Midwest.
There's some good conversation, guys. I'm learning some stuff.
And by me being in the house, looking at everybody else playing, trying to get them to come to the front porch while I talk to them outside of the window because I've lied and got in trouble.
So how do people stop? Because that is a process. Because that's another thing. Because we start early,
but being locked down.
Why do you think the reason in the beginning that you lied as a child?
Oh, listen.
Why?
I got one good. Okay, I'll tell you this. I got one good spanking. Right. I took some money, and I took some money from my mom or my sister. I took some money from my sister. Right. And that's one thing that's a no go for my dad. Right. So I got away with it.
You thought you got away with it.
I thought I got away with it. But you know what? They had one of those Tootsie Roll banks. And I was pinching off that thing every day. Right? I was going to the candy store after school.
Thinking nobody noticed, not realizing that it was constantly going down.
So they kept that in the tank, right? Jason, where you get this money from? Why are you buying all this candy? Oh, my friend bought it. Oh, that's right. So I got, so he was storing up, right? And so my dad, when I did something and my mom wanted me to get a spanking, she'll write a note and put it on the mirror.
Okay.
So when my dad come in, he'll know that, okay, Jason did this, he's in trouble, boom. So, you know what, after a couple times, I knew that was up there, right? I knew it wasn't nothing good up there on that mirror. So
you couldn't read the note, but you know it was not good.
So I climbed up on that dresser, took that note down,
woo,
Ain't nobody gonna find out because she think I got it. He never knew, so I'm in the clear. Jason, you touched that? Nope, I didn't touch it. Okay, so that was the worst spanking I've ever gotten in my life, where he actually called for my mom to pull him off of me for lying because he didn't tolerate that. That's when I started to transition into
Lying a little less.
a little less,
Your lies.
little less, and then I just went on out.
But don't you think that's what people do? They pick their lies.
Yeah, for sure.
So the point is, instead of so we pick our lies, especially in relationship. Like lies in relationship is like the number one thing. We talk about trust, but the reason why there's trust issues is because the number one things are lies. And so we lie because, most of the time people lie because
I'm covering my behind.
you're comfortable. And the thing is that if you just tell the truth, it may not be as detrimental as the person thinks in your relationship. You think in a relationship people lie because they're covering their tracks, so they know that it's going to be something detrimental to their relationship?
Absolutely.
But if you lie about it,
Yep.
and then you're approached with it, and you have an opportunity to talk about it.
You do.
Right. So why would people not come forward and tell the truth so that they can change the situation instead? Because a lie is the hardest thing to continue to cover up.
I know, because you got to keep telling other lies.
You got to keep telling other lies. You got to keep remembering the lie that you told.
See, I had gotten pretty good at remembering the lies that I told. I really did. I just like, okay, if I say this, then I got to say this and remember to go back to this. So I had.
Okay, but now we're talking about in relationships. So now we're fast forwarding in relationships.
Oh, I haven't lied in a relationship in so long I can't remember.
I would.
Man, it's been a while.
So he's lying right now, right? So I see a comment came up.
Oh.
And you see how hard it is to tell the truth. Even after you've lied, you continue to stick with the lie, right?
Of course. Oh.
So I think it's to avoid conflict, hurting the other person's feelings, or to avoid embarrassment of a bad or unconscious, irresponsible decision, or to avoid accountability on the decision made out of. It's about me right now, and nothing else matters but what I want right now.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
But Dennis, my point is that, so we make the decision initially to lie, right? So in a relationship where we've all lied.
Yep.
To our partner, to our husband,
Yep.
to our mom, to our employer, we've all lied. To our teachers, Lord knows we lied to our teachers, right? Why you late? Oh, this, that, and the other, right? I mean, Jason's went through real strenuous reasons, like really big things to lie to his employer when he was younger, until he met me and helped him say, baby, you don't have to lie. But the point is,
But I had that thing on lock, though.
So at that moment when we lie, why people lie, and it's not just the lying, but you lie and then you have an opportunity to come back and make it right.
You can't. Because
and people don't.
Because then that way I have to admit that I've lied.
Exactly.
So then now I'm embarrassed. I don't want to come back and tell you the truth.
But people don't think beyond that. See, like Dennis said, it's about me, what I want right now. But now, if you lied in the beginning and you have an opportunity to come back, your mate. First of all, we all give off signs, right? We all give off signs that we're lying.
Right.
Right. And
I
then,
don't know.
or
I
there's.
haven't picked up on yours yet.
That's because I don't lie.
Oh. Okay.
I have no reason to lie.
Okay.
Right? So we all pick up on these signs, and then it's like a puzzle. Sometimes the lie, it doesn't add up to what you say later, and so that person remembers because it was a situation. So my point is
Why
that...
you can't just go for what we tell you? I mean, like, if I tell you something, I mean, that's kind of how it is, but you do remember. And then you be trying to piece this puzzle back together.
So we're trying to get to the real why people do it. But my point is that if I bring it back, if your mate brings it back to you, right? If I bring it back to you and I've given you an opportunity now to come clean. So besides the embarrassment and besides the fact that now you have to take accountability for it,
right?
Why still cover it up? Because now it makes it worse, right?
It feels like it's worse.
People have to shift. Wouldn't it be? People are so concerned about keeping their lie that they forget that the whole purpose of a relationship is to prevent lies. So if you come clean and now you discuss why you lied, it would make your partner a little bit more trusting of you than to say, well, you lied and you wouldn't come clean. So now every time you say something, it may not be a lie, it's going to be hard for that person to trust you, right?
True.
Right?
I'll give you that.
And so it's just like, so I think we had a comment.
Yeah.
People lie when the truth will do.
Oh my gosh. Yep. That's true. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks for
Wait,
checking in.
I don't get that, Lisa. I need
She
more.
said, people lie when the truth will do.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
That's my point.
Yeah.
That's my point. So we
So
we-
what you're saying is, wait a minute. So what you're saying is, we make the situation worse by lying when we could have just told the truth and been done with the situation.
You're done with it. You have an open conversation as to why you lied, and it's not the reason why you lied, right? I lied because XYZ. Even if you did something wrong or you forgot something, when you stand up to take accountability for the lie, it makes the relationship that much stronger because now you are not tearing apart the relationship, breaking down the trust. But now you're building up trust issues. And so now we're looking at everything instead of saying, well, you know what? I can trust my partner because if he does, eventually they will, or she will eventually tell me. So, and so when we go back and we think about lies, I was telling Jason, like he said, he was a habitual liar, right? As a kid. We start these things as kids.
Right.
You know, we wonder why, okay, well, I realize I can lie and not get in trouble. So we carry this.
Once you get away with it a few times, then this is the way to do it. I don't have to own up to anything.
We carry that with us.
Right.
And then we have songs that say, it wasn't me, right? Saw me on the floor, saw me out in the club, it wasn't me. Like we're constantly getting this feedback from society that says, lying is the key. Then we grow up, right? We see in certain neighborhoods, especially in the black community, where people are always getting in trouble, right? Because that's what they highlight on the news.
Right.
So we know, hey, if we see anything or hear anything or did anything, we're definitely gonna lie to the police. So we grow up thinking that it's okay to lie. It's okay to lie to cover up whatever it is we're covering up, right?
It's a way to save yourself.
It's a way to save yourself.
Right, and that's what you learn.
But the key to that is that we're not saving our relationships. One lie or self-truth leads to time lapse and eventually believing in my own lies as the truth. Exactly. Sometimes you lie so much you don't even remember what the truth was. You be like, wait, I did tell you that, right? That is the truth. Then you be sitting there convincing yourself. I say, people, yeah, it's the truth.
You know what's funny is, then as you tell them the truth, because after a while you can't remember a lie from the truth. You just said it so much, you believe the lies, so the truth doesn't even make any sense.
We're talking about, so that's one phase of lies, right? When we're dealing in relationships, right? So we've had people lie because they don't want their faults to be uncovered. You're not perfect, but people know that. So come clean. That's right. Things not adding up, and the cover up is the trust destroyer.
Yeah, it is.
Absolutely, Lisa. And the thing is that when your mate or your partner brings it up to you and you know that it's a lie, that means they know it's a lie because they're bringing it up to you. They're giving you the opportunity to come clean. And as people in relationships, as we're talking about relationships, instead of sticking to the lie, just the change of the thought, right? So we've had couples where the guy has been caught, right? The guy has been caught, the girl has been caught. But they still won't admit that they did it because they wanted to do it. Right. It's always someone else's fault. Right. It's always someone else. It's always, well, I didn't do it because I wanted to. Really? Really? So my point is that when do we get to a point in relationships where we understand that a lie initially may save face, but in the long run, it destroys the relationship.
For sure. Over time. Right? Yeah, right? It's one lie at a time. And then after a while, like Lisa had mentioned, it destroys trust. And once trust is gone, you don't really have a relationship. Because
you want to trust the person.
Right.
Right? And then whenever you see something, it's going to immediately go back. And it's like once somebody has an inclination that it's a lie, and then the next lie, and then you're caught in that lie, and you still never tell the truth, it's like they're going to always hold to that lie, and they're never going to be. Even if you, like you said, even if you are telling the truth, right? It's like we learn early in life to lie if it saves us.
Right.
And then what we don't realize is that we're so busy trying to save ourselves in relationships that we continue to lie to destroy the relationship.
Yes.
We're trying to save ourselves instead of the relationship.
Right.
Now I'm gonna flip it to another thing when we talk about lies. Sometimes people lie, not to their mate, but they lie to themselves. They lie to themselves about the relationship. Right? So how, what is that all about?
Well, that has always started. So we've been lying to ourselves in the beginning. That's where we start.
Right,
We start lying
right.
to ourselves, and then after a while, we start to believe it. And now we can tell it to anybody. Because if I believe it, I can get them to believe it.
So we people see a certain thing in your mate, or they see a certain thing that's going on, and we are in bad relationships, or we can't change the relationship that we're in because some people lie to themselves about the partner that they're in the relationship with.
Okay.
Oh, he ain't that bad.
Nope.
Oh, he only beat me on Tuesdays. Not on,
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
so when we're talking about lies, and so we have people to ask, well, why is it that we can't see through the lies? Why can't we see through the lies? But does it all stem back to the same reason when we lie about our partner to other people because we don't want them to know the truth? So you got some more comments?
I sure do.
All right. So guys, I want you,
Lisa said yes. Okay, appreciate that.
so I want you guys to tell me
Truth will free you from barriers and,
strength.
yep.
Yes. Will free you from your barriers. Will free you from your barriers and
strength.
uh-huh.
Yes, it will.
Yes, but everybody doesn't believe in that. Hey, my friend. Hi, Tasha. How are you? Thanks for joining us.
Yes.
All right, so we're talking about lies, when people lie. So I want to know, can you need to bring it up for me, baby. Did
I
you say-
sure
okay.
can,
Oh, okay. Kelly says the most honest you are with yourself and your partner, the better the bond.
That is so true.
But Kelly,
And your
but
relationship.
we're going back to that thing. We're going back to knowing the right thing to do is easy.
Yeah,
doing it is hard.
Right.
Doing it, especially
That's why I don't lie no more.
to your partner.
That's why I don't lie anymore, babe. Right.
I'm so glad you don't lie anymore.
Yep.
You're lying right now. I'd be like, okay. Well, I appreciate that you feel as though you don't have to lie.
Right.
And I just want to put it out there in front of everybody out there, the whole world. Baby, you don't ever have to lie, right? You can tell me the truth and I can handle it.
Oh,
because I know, but
okay,
I'm just letting you know if it
Okay.
it doesn't matter what the situation is. It doesn't matter because sometimes we overthink a situation. If I tell her this, then this is gonna happen, and then she's gonna ask me this, and then I'm gonna have to do this, and I'm gonna have to confront this. So I'm just letting you know I can handle the truth. The thing about me is I want the whole truth. I don't want a little bit of the truth. And that's what most people want. They just want to be faced with the truth. Let me decide whether I'm gonna be upset or not. Because the point is, if you have to lie about it, it's obviously something that's conflict worthy, right?
Well, like me, it's selective, right? So I'll tell you. What?
You said like you were selective. You just said you don't lie.
I don't, but you let me finish. Let me finish. See,
Okay.
This is how we. Yeah. All right, let's get on the same page.
Okay.
So let's.
Okay,
let's
so
say-
you, like with
so
you,
it's
you're
selective,
selective.
right? So if I'm telling you a story, the things that's not important,
No.
I'm not even mentioning those.
But
To me, they're not important.
Important to whom?
To me, I mean, they don't hold anything.
But if you tell a story,
I'm only telling the main points, baby. I'm giving you the Cliff
no.
Notes
I
version
want
to the
the
end.
woman's version.
I can't give you the
I
one
want the-
because all of that other stuff is unimportant to me. I can't remember all that stuff,
You know what? It's unimportant to you.
and I don't remember.
No, it's unimportant to you because I think you want to keep down conflict.
No, it's unimportant to me because if it's not important to me, I don't pay any attention to it, so it doesn't resonate with me.
A story that's not.
I'm giving you the story how I remembered it because what was important to me.
We should take these notes because I think you're telling the story. You're just gonna tell the story from what he remembered the story.
That's the only way I can tell you.
He's leaving out parts because those parts are unimportant.
Mm-hmm.
See, so when we talk about lies, people just want, and then as we're understanding lies, what does Kelly say?
Yes.
You may think the lies are helping you. It's harming and sabotaging. Absolutely.
All the time. And I had, you know what, as a kid, I had to figure that out. Right?
What about as an adult?
As an adult, I had figured it out.
You had figured it out?
I had figured it out.
Okay. All right. I'm
Now,
glad you-
here's the thing. I won't lie, but I may not say anything.
Hey, so would you all say that's a lie? Is that still constitutes a lie? If you don't say something that you know could be controversial, that's still a lie, right?
Yeah. But I didn't voice my opinion. I didn't say one thing either way. So I could come back and give you my version of what it is. I didn't.
About the unimportant details, right?
Right. But I can
Okay.
give you my version of it. Yeah. But sometimes, I mean, like I'm quick to respond. I mean, I'm not quick to respond. I'm slow to respond. Right. So I'll
Because
take
you're
it all
thinking too
in.
much. You're thinking too
I
much.
do think a lot. Right.
Okay,
Right. I'm
let's
measured.
get some more of these comments. So
Yeah.
I want to hear when you guys lie to your mate or to your partner, right, or to your husband or wife, and they basically knew it was a lie and kept coming at you. How did you first? Why did you keep lying? And did you ever come clean? Were you ever? Is it? Isn't it a relief when you come clean? So did you ever come clean? And what made you do that? And what happened? What was the turning point? So what did Dennis say? Was I supposed to read it? I am
Yeah.
so
No, just go ahead.
sorry.
You know, you were in the middle of the.
Okay. So total honesty is hurtful, but it's respectful. Yes, but
It is.
it's
It is.
well, when you say hurtful,
It can hurt. The truth hurts.
well, the thing is that it hurts more when the person is being lied to than when they just and I think that's what the
I.
person who's lying think is going to be really hurtful, and it
Right.
is hurtful, but it's hurtful to a point that they're relieved and now they know the truth.
Okay.
Okay. But it's respectful and gives a partner a choice to forgive and rebuild based on the truth, exactly, and work on the issues and the situations. A lie builds mistrust.
Yep.
Exactly.
So that's true. I
Yeah,
have to give you that.
it builds it and builds it and builds it. Preach. All right. So you are preaching today.
Yeah. Get her off her high horse here, okay?
I am still a victim of I cheated because you didn't do. Exactly. It's my fault he cheated. And
Yep.
Tasha, I just want to say, and so this is what I tell women. I don't tell men this. This is what I tell women when they've been cheated on and the person can't confront what they did. They're going to continue to cheat. If you're not apologetic, one, for the truth coming out, can you hear me? If you're not,
Turn.
oh, you turned me down. I hope they can hear me. Remember, you turned me down. Turn back up. Can you guys hear me? Good. Just send me a yes or a no, thumbs up or something. No, I'm still on. Hear me? See, Jason be trying to stop me from talking, you guys.
Yep, for sure.
All right, so let's see what they say because I asked them could they hear me. Yeah, I think so. Dennis said, "Yeah, is that thumbs up right there above, right there?"
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
so I guess they can hear me through your mic.
Yeah, but they can hear me through yours because I'm not getting anything on yours. Can you make sure that thing is on, babe?
It's on, sweetheart. Okay.
Yeah, it is
on. It's
Okay.
All right, so I hope you guys can hear me good.
Yeah, they said they can.
All right, so and I normally don't tell men this because men usually don't confide in me, but I would tell a man this also. My experience has been that when a person cheats and they lie about it initially, because as Dennis said and everyone else said, it is hurtful, and you try to hide something that you're ashamed of. You want to protect yourself and you want to protect the person. That's what you think. But if you're in a true relationship in a marriage, when the person lies and they're not willing to accept the lie they did, then they're going to do it again. If someone made a mistake, which we all make mistakes in life, and just like there's no lie that's bigger than the other, there's no mistake that's bigger than the other. A mistake is a mistake. It's up to you or the person to forgive each other, right? Can we rebuild from this mistrust? The thing is that if the person can't accept what they did and cannot take accountability for their actions once the truth has come out, and they're blaming the other person for the affair, then that person's going to do it again because they don't believe that they need to take accountability. They'd rather put the blame on someone else than to say, and this is what I was asking when I say, why do we continue to build upon a lie when sometimes the truth comes out and the person is still lying? And it destroys not only the relationship, but the relationship can be saved and it can be rebuilt stronger if the person takes accountability for their actions. If you're in a relationship and the person has cheated and they never take accountability and they never apologize and they never want to work on the relationship, then they're not in that relationship for the long haul. And I would recommend that you consider getting counseling before you consider forgiving. because counseling means that I'm going to make sure that this person is 100% in, just like I'm 100% in. Because commitment is the big key. Are you committed to me? Are you committed to us as I'm committed to you? So that's what I would say that. And so, and that's my whole point is that we learn to lie. And sometimes we learn from our parents, right?
Yeah, we
learn
do.
a lot from our parents.
Yeah.
When you go in here, tell them you 10, right? So you don't have to pay the 12, right? You're not 12 today. You 7. You look like you 7. You could be 7. And so we lie as comfort, as comfort, as comfort. And so when people approach us and we don't want to get reprimanded when we're younger, or we don't understand why, and then we know it can get us out of trouble, we continue to lie. But my point is that in relationships, we have to understand that a lie, as everyone else said, it puts up barriers. And it doesn't matter if you think you've gotten away with it, your mate knows that it's a lie, even if you don't say, yes, it's a lie. Wouldn't it, as Lisa said, wouldn't it be easier to just tell the truth
Of
and be
course it
done
would.
with it?
Of course it
Because then the person knows that I can trust you. If I come to you and I catch you in a lie, I know that at least you're going to tell me the truth.
Exactly.
As opposed to keep covering it up and covering it up and covering it up. Maybe I think we had some other
Oh yeah, we
comments.
do. Yep, we do.
So I'm going to go ahead. Acknowledging why you have lied and where it stems from and why you do it, you can heal and share the truthful ways with your partner, yes, especially if it's a safe space.
Yep.
The important thing is knowing yourself and what healing you need to be truthful. Exactly. So, and sometimes, as I said, sometimes we get in our own heads because
course we do.
have, as you said, right, we want to protect ourselves. I don't
Right.
want to get in trouble. And we know that's the whole reason why we lie, right? So stay out
Exactly,
of
to
trouble.
stay out of trouble.
And so if I tell my mate that I did something that I wasn't supposed to do, and we have to understand a lie just doesn't mean cheating. A lie means I overspent. A lie means here come the man putting the foreclosure on the door, and I'm wondering what the heck's going on because every month you're telling me that the bills are paid.
Exactly.
So a lie could just be you telling me you at work and then you went out for a drink with the boys, which is harmless, but you feel like, oh, well, I don't want to hear her mouth or his mouth, and so I'm just going to lie about the situation,
That's right.
thinking that it protects everybody. I don't have to hear my mate's mouth, and I don't have to get the feedback. But the point is that a lie is a lie. And if a person detects, if your mate detects a lie, it can very well be easier to confront the lie and combat it together. And try to, as Kelly said, try to come to an understanding as to why we feel the need to lie and why people are habitual liars.
Sure.
And sometimes people don't even, they don't look at themselves as habitual liars.
No, because they believe it. I mean, like, if you believe it, it's hard to be a liar, right? So the first thing is once you believe it, and then you go out there.
Or you think we just taught never to tell the truth.
Well, like you said, as a child, sometimes they say you're this age. You know, I need you to get in here. You're not this old. You're this old, right? You're a lot younger. So I mean, it starts early for whatever. I mean, it's harmless, right? You're just trying to save a few bucks doing this when you're younger. But then you're just like, hey, if I want to get by with something, then I just tell a little bit of a story and I'll get by. But unfortunately, it has ramifications and it grows with you as you get older. So the older you get, the more you up the stakes, the more you lie, and the more it's going to be more for you to cover up. So it's not that easy. It's not that easy as, you know, like, yeah, I'm 10 versus 12. You know, now they just have to get a lot bigger. And if you get comfortable with it, you know, like I did, you can do it off the top of your head like that. I mean, like, it's not a big deal.
And that's my thing.
And the problem is, I don't mean to cut you off, but you feel no remorse. And if
Yeah.
you don't feel any remorse, you don't feel like you did anything wrong. So you can continue just rolling these things off your tongue with no problem because you're not hurting anybody. Look, this is what I'm saying. You got to take me at face
Well,
value.
I wouldn't say you're not hurting anyone.
Well, you are, right.
Yeah,
You feel that way.
But the point is that you rather hurt someone else than to be hurt because you know what the ramifications are.
Right.
Right. So you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yep, I'm fine.
Do we have any other comments?
Yeah.
So, and sometimes we lie just to comfort ourselves. Some
Yep.
people, just like we can have, just like people can be addicted to sex or addicted to anything. You can be addicted to lying, and that you can't even see that all of your answers, all of your responses, your initial response is always a lie. And so your mate gets to a point where they're not understanding why do you lie so much? What is it that prevents you from telling the truth?
Yeah.
Right? What prevents a person from going into and telling the truth that could rebuild their relationship or
Right.
just make things easier? Sometimes we lie over the stupidest, smallest things.
We do.
I understand, Jason, but I think the partner will still feel its holes in the story.
I know
of
they
the
will.
truth.
I know.
Exactly. So,
Right. Because you cannot lie your way out of a lie. I don't care how much you try.
You say you tell a story. If I'm not mistaken, then
Yeah, she still filled out the holes in the story. Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, for
And
sure.
I'm like, because sometimes
But sometimes
to you,
yes, but listen.
to you, it's like you're not lying. But to me, it's lying because you're leaving out stuff that you either think I'm going
Right.
to get upset about, or you just don't want to talk about.
Okay.
Either way,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
So it's,
yeah.
I mean, I would say that it's still a lie, even though you say it's not a lie, it's not important.
Right.
But when you're telling the story, you tell the story or just don't tell the story at all. So, because if you tell a story and you skip something, you're like, it doesn't go together. And so I tell Jason all the time, I listen very well. I listen probably too intense. Right? He says I can listen and still be washing the dishes and be on the phone. And then I can turn around and say, wait, hold, that doesn't make any sense. He goes, yes, just makes sense. Just let me finish. And I'm like, no, you leaving something out. And so then when you find out, oh, he's leaving something out, my bad. Then when you finish, he's leaving something out, then you go, well, why didn't you tell me that? So then it makes the person think that you're thinking more. But I ask people, so when you lied and then your partner confronted you, this man has technical difficulties. Or so when you lied, I need you to push the thing up.
I will.
When you've lied and your partner confronted you, at what point do you think that you've realized that I'm just going to tell the truth? Like, what makes people tell the truth, and then what makes people to continue to lie? What in your case did you? I want to know, because I want to hear from you guys. When you lied and kept up a lie, and that person still knows the lie, and you know it's a lie, and you never said it was the truth. What made you keep doing that? What made you keep doing that? Or when you finally said, "Okay, I'm just going to tell the truth."
We got another one from Dennis.
All right, Dennis, a lie can be, I would never do this or that. Exactly.
Yeah,
Or I'm not
exactly.
this kind of person. Exactly. But I changed my minds or feelings, right? You're questioning trust or trying to figure out who this person you thought was one way, but now who is this person? Actually got like, wait a minute, exactly. Exactly, Dennis, exactly. Absolutely. And my point is, when do we feel, because we lie so much to save ourselves, and we lie so much to avoid conflict, and we lie to protect. I think in relationships,
Oh, that's all we do.
we lie to protect ourselves until the lie is so big that it can't be covered up, right? And so I know people that, like I said, they go outside to get their car and their car is gone, right? So the point is that when we lie to an extent that we're covering up to protect ourselves, at what point does a person say, or have you said that, okay, I'm just gonna come clean? Was it when the person had all the evidence and you couldn't deny it and you still lied? Or what makes a person in a relationship, in a marriage, turn from lying to realize that, okay, let's talk about this? So can I get some feedback from the people out there? For the male,
You want them to tell on
I want them to,
themselves.
so is someone on it? I want you to tell me what made you do it, right? I think the person doesn't feel a safe space to be honest. So an honest lie seems to be the truth of peace and safety. Yeah, that is something.
You know what? If there was a such thing as an honest lie, sign me up, bro. Sign me up. Because I think I might have told one or two of those. Yeah.
So it's honest because you just want to save the person, right?
Right.
You just want to save whatever. You just don't want to go through the drama of the truth.
Right.
So it was honestly a good. So is that one of them things where they call was just a little lie?
Yeah.
It was just a little lie.
Yeah, a little white lie. Yep, that's it. Yep. We didn't mean nothing by it.
Right. All right. So when we do studies, right? When we do studies with couples and to find out the information, this is a question that I ask people. if you lied and you were confronted by your mate that didn't have proof, would you continue to lie or would you tell the truth? My baby's having a hard time. So, all right, so let's see if I can't even know. Okay, that was, yeah, give me the wrong one. A little white lie. There's no such thing as a little white lie.
Sure it is.
There's no such thing. So I want you guys to tell me when we're talking about lies, and we want to know in relationships. When I say we, I mean people in general. What can we do to let our mate know that we would rather have the truth than continue with the lie? And how do we get our mate to talk to us in a way that's not a lie, but to give us the truth? Right. So what are your thoughts on that? What are your thoughts on that?
Right.
How do I get you as a mate if you lied? How do I get you to feel
don't-
to get to a point where I confront you with
Well-
it and you just feel because
So I'm
doesn't
going
it
to
get
go for behaviors,
Okay.
right? So if I've lied in the past and I've gotten caught and you reacted in a certain way, like blowing up or whatever, I'm not so sure if I'm so willing to tell you the truth. Now, granted, I should start with the truth in the first place. But if I'm caught again, I'm going to go back to how you were when you blew up the last time.
So you think it's better to save yourself from a
Yep.
blow up
Yep.
than to just
Yep.
be able to put our relationship on a firm foundation where we're building trust instead of dishonesty.
Right. And that's why telling lies is selfishness, right? It's a
It
form
is.
of being selfish.
It is.
Because we're not putting our relationship first, we put in ourselves first.
Right.
And when we put ourselves first, and then the relationship suffers.
So how do we get our mate to see that? How do we get our mate that's lying
You know,
to see that you're being selfish, you're not putting our relationship first, you're putting yourself
So
first.
remember, we say that this is a talk.
Right. Love talk space.
So if we have a love talk and we say, listen, I feel that you're not telling me the truth. I need you to be honest with me just now. I'm not going to get upset. I'm not going to overreact. I'm just going to listen to what you have to say. Can you just be honest with me in this space? And I just want to hear
And
you
you
out.
think that's gonna work with people?
If you don't blow up and you don't bring it up again, like, oh, so you told me that in a
So you're
safe
saying-
space.
So you're saying people, well, I guess people have to get over the hurt. So first they want the
Yeah.
truth, and then they go, I knew it.
Right.
And then,
that's
they
it.
go up,
Right.
and then they bring it up again.
Right. And that's
they-
where the problem comes.
And I think that part of that, I think I had a comment. Part of that would be that if we tell a lie and we continue to tell lies, and then when you do
just
tell
make
the
it
truth,
worse.
but when you do tell the truth, then it doesn't benefit you, right? 'Cause
No,
you're
it
like,
doesn't.
"Oh, I have to keep hearing about it. So that's why people don't tell the truth.
But if
Man,
deal with the pain in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
it'll be over with. But you'll continue to bring it up over and over and over again.
absolutely. I think so.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so a point of
Let's see
let's
what we got
talk
here.
lies is because, all right, so what does it say? I'm direct, and I feel myself would feel whole by just telling the whole truth.
Yeah. It would help.
Have you done that, Dennis? So yeah, I'm getting nosy. Have you lied to your partner, and then when she confronted you, were you able to just come clean? Not when you wanted to, but when your partner asked you, maybe second or third time. Okay, let's read the next one after that. All right, James. Well, hello, James.
Hey, Jane.
Pull them to the side and ask for a real one-on-one. Well, when you say pull them to the side, it should be you and your mate talking anyway. So, right?
But
So
what I'm saying is you need to pull it aside and go into a safe space and then be able to have an open conversation. Say, look, I want to be able to tell you this in this space, and we can just have a real conversation.
so definite answers. You have a mate that continually lies and will not, for the life of them, tell the truth. How do you get that person to save your relationship to stop lying? Because this is what they do. This is what they do. So how? Pulling them aside because you've done it before. I know you lying. Stop lying, right? How do you get that person to stop lying? Just how do you get it? So let's read this next thing. Thanks for your comment, James. No shortcuts.
Yeah, that's that. There is no shortcuts.
Guilty of blowing up at first, but I can forgive and respect the truth, the real, honest truth.
That's what it's all about.
Blow up. So I
But that's your emotional.
Well, I think relationships, that's everybody's first reaction because we want the truth and we want it and we want it and we want it. And by the time we get it, we're so tired of trying to pull it out of you that when we finally either throw it up in your face or get evidence, we're upset because why did I have to go through all of this? I think that's how people think. Your initial thing is like Dennis said, it's hurtful, right? It's hurtful. So you're hurt, and hurt people want to hurt people. That's the truest statement I've ever heard. Hurt people definitely want to hurt people. So if you hurt me, I'm gonna say something to defend the feeling that I have of one being hurt and two being lied to.
Yeah.
Right? So, but my point is like, how do we understand that a lie only protects the person who's telling the lie for a short period of time? So either you're going to build a relationship of distrust and of no love, because I can't love you but don't distrust you, right? There's going to be some separation there. Or do we bite the bullet and start realizing that if we just tell the truth and confront the lie, it's not as bad as we think.
We just make it worse as we just go on with it.
Yeah, I think our mind does that all the time. I think. So let's say Dennis says yes, and I have and was truly honest, and hopefully they will respect my honesty, and then I would have to respect their decision to forgive me or to not forgive me. Absolutely.
But again, that goes along with rejection too, right? So we don't want to get rejected, right? We always want to be loved and viewed in a certain light. So for me to tell you the truth, that means that you're going to change the way you view me, right? So now I'm going to be judged on what I said or didn't say. So if I do come clean, it's going to take them a while to get over because I hurt them. I understand that. So sometimes we do it again to protect ourselves from that shame.
And I also think that once we realize, as you said, Dennis, it's up to that person to forgive us. It's not just being honest, but the feelings and the emotions behind the honesty, right? Are you really sorry, right? Did it come with an apology? Because being honest can be brutal. Yeah, I did it. Okay, so what, right? I'm not apologetic for it. Were you apologetic? Are you willing to see the errors of your ways? And not just you, just people in general, me, right? So I told a lie, now I have to be confronted with it. Now I have to tell myself, okay, not only do you have to tell the truth, because a lie can eat you up.
It will.
And this is why people hold these lies. They go and tell you because it has eaten them up their entire lives. So when we understand is that when we tell the truth, what comes with that is not just telling the truth, but is there an apology? Are we truly apologetic, and are we taking responsibility for what we did and not to let it happen again? And that's what our partner wants to feel. Or do we do it just to get it off our chest? Some people just get off their chest. They really are not apologetic for it. Building foundations of no matter what you do, I will listen to the truth, and together we can solve issues. Lies are never necessary. Never.
So we can have this love talk, listener, and I'm the one that's doing the talking, and vice versa. I can get whatever I need to get off of my chest, and then it's your face, right? So if I do and I want to come clean, this is what I'm doing. After I do that, I want to get into another argument, disagreement, not in the safe space, and then you bring it back up. That's not what that space is for. That space is to listen, understand, and try to heal and forgive, and not to bring it up. So once people doing that, it's fine. And I think a lot of things will take place, and a lot of people stop lying. I can tell you the truth, and we get over the issue, and it's not brought up again. And we can heal from it. Yeah, it may take you some time. I get that. Right? It's taken me some time to come clean about the whole situation. So I'm vulnerable now, right? So I come clean about it. I already feel bad. I know I hurt you. I hurt you. Our relationship is in a point where I don't need it to be. So I'm upset about that as well. So now I'm coming clean. And then we're in a safe space, right? We're having our love talk. Listening, everything's good. And we kind of hash it out. And we have a nice understanding. And then the next time we get upset, it comes back up.
I think people who tell the lies think that because they told the truth, then they have a past where they never have to hear it again. But the truth, in responding to what you said, I think the truth in that issue is that we should discuss it until we're both comfortable or satisfied or it's resolved.
Right.
That may be the word. That we're both resolved with it. We've come to an agreement to disagree or whatever.
Right. Or don't lie and say you're good when you're not.
Right. Right.
Just say, you know what?
People
I'm gonna feel it this for or whatever. I'm not good. I'm not over it, and I won't bring it up. But I'm just not over it just because you said you got it off your chest, right?
Sometimes-
It may take me a minute to get over it, right?
Sometimes people think because okay, I came clean and I told the truth, now I don't want to hear it again. Okay, but now we have the issue of the lie, why you lied, and the reason
Right.
for the lie.
So
What you
one
did.
lie will give you multiple lies after that.
Be patient. The LinkedIn, yeah, we have to be patient with what we're doing. Oh, you are right about that. I'm not sure what it was, but thank you for saying we have to be understanding. Blessing Power couple enjoying the conversation. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
All right, Antoinette, thank you.
Okay, thanks for tuning in, and don't forget to share.
All right, so yes, and step up and take accountability for this action. Be very sincere about your apology.
Exactly.
Some people want to tell the truth and they want you to get over it. Now you know the truth, but are you apologetic? Are you taking accountability for your actions? Are you saying that it won't happen again? Whatever the lie is, right? Whatever the lie is, are you bridging that hold back to let me feel secure and be able to depend on you where every time you do something, I don't have to worry about if it's a lie or not. So that's what we have to understand. The lie doesn't just destroy the relationship, it destroys the bond, it destroys the accountability, it destroys everything. And so don't just think because the lie has now been revealed, everything is better. Are you taking accountability for your lie? Are you apologetic? Are you saying you won't do it again? Are you willing to work on what caused the lie in the first place? We can move forward. Go all the way back to the problem. Keeping emotions in check when listening during confronting a lie partner. Yes, a lying partner is showing one another we are not perfect and forgiveness is possible. And thank you, Kelly, because sometimes it's so hard to hear the truth, as Dennis stated, and it does hurt. But that's what we want because really that is what we want. We want the truth. We'd rather have the truth than a lie, and the lie hurts. But now we can at least heal from the lie instead of continuing to build upon a dishonest relationship.
But here's the thing. So you gotta have some compassion, yes.
Forgiveness,
Right.
absolutely. Extend what you, yeah.
Exactly. So don't forget that, right? So
Right. Like when your kids lie to you, right? You lie to them and then you tell them to lie, right?
see,
The habit of lying. Hey, Nancy, sometimes the habit of lying started way before your relationship. Exactly. But I feel if you build a relationship of open communication and continuously work on the issues together, it will get better and better, I guess you say. I think she's right up under that. Yep. Better and eventually cease for the most part.
I think so. Open communication. So if we go back to the whole open communication, we first have to learn how to communicate. So just because we always say open communication, but sometimes our open communication isn't all that great in the first place because our communication isn't great. So open or whatever, if it's no good,
Story.
right? So
Leaving out bits and pieces.
right,
of the
leave it
story.
right. So if you have holes in your communication, then it's not going to go very well.
But yeah.
But I understand what you're saying about your open communication, but you might have to fix the communication first. Because if you don't know how to communicate, then it's not gonna go well. What you looking at, man?
There's no sound coming up on my side.
I said that.
They can-
I said they could.
Let's get the next one.
Yeah, I said that. Yeah.
Down.
Oh, there you go. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that.
Internet says I just shared on my page. Thank you.
Appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you, Dee Dee, sister. That's my double Dutch sister out there. All right, Dennis. I always think if I tell the whole truth, okay, Dennis, I won't have to add anything to the lie later, and hopefully it will not happen. Whoa, Dennis.
It won't happen.
No, said
Hopefully. Right. Well, listen.
we make the decisions whether
Yes.
something is going to happen or not.
Understand that.
If we are truly, I'm speaking for myself. If I have lied about something and did something, and I am truly sorrowful, and it was a mistake, and I don't ever want to experience that again, the lie, the thing, then it will not happen again, because I have the power to determine whether it will or won't. It's not my mate. It's not what they do. It's not somebody outside of me. It's still me. It's still me, no matter what goes on in my relationship, whether we are on good terms or bad terms. If I make the decision never to do it, then I will never do it. So hopefully means that. What does hopefully mean?
He's not going to do the same thing. It's just that.
Are you gonna do another?
I agree. I mean, something else come up, and we may not want to be truthful at the time.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Now, he's not saying he's going to apologize for it and then turn around and go,
Anyway,
Yep.
we lie for no reason. Some people just lie for no reason. No reason at all.
I'm having trouble hearing you.
Me? Okay. All right. So
I think it's you. I think it's me.
okay. This made a comment. That's all right. I'll just talk close to you. There you go.
I got you.
I'm truly apologetic. Okay.
I know.
But so if you're truly apologetic, that means that it's not going to happen again, right? Regardless if it's the same partner, a different partner. So, the point is that lies never benefit anybody. Dishonesty never benefits anybody. And if we learn from it, then we should. If we don't learn, then we redo. Right? If we don't learn from the lesson, then the lesson keeps coming. So my point is, you can.
I was going to go
We
get your
gotta
mic.
get up anyway. It's 7:08. All right, guys. We truly appreciate your honesty tonight. And even though we can go deeper in this conversation, we have to discuss the issue of lies, right? Let's do that serious look. You're looking at things.
I'm looking at you.
Oh.
I'm
Okay.
looking at you.
So what do you have to say about this? All right.
Oh, yeah, he said that. Yeah. And I want to hit this one.
All right. Yes. Learn from mistakes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And this is
absolutely.
what this is all about. It's all about learning from your mistakes, right?
Relationships are learning from mistakes, and hopefully the mistakes of the past that we don't have to repeat in the future, and then learning from our past relationships so that we don't have to repeat them in this relationship, and then learning when we get married that if we truly are committed to one another, right?
Right.
You okay?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So if you're truly committed to one another, then it doesn't matter what the situation is. We really can work through things together,
That's the whole
and
thing.
it starts with honesty.
And you know what? Right. For whatever reason, right? Let's make sure that we're taking care of the relationship as well as the other individual in the relationship, because the lies damage the relationship. Once the relationship is damaged, there is really no us, right? And no us means no relationship. So lies damage the relationship. So how we teach is we have the couples address the relationship issues. So it's two people against the issue, right? So, but if you can't come together and you are already separated from each other, then you can't tackle that issue. Yeah, right.
Absolutely.
Right. So yeah, it's always going to be the couple against the issue, even when you kind of go on each other. So we turn that away from one another so you guys can face the actual issue, which is really harming your relationship. And that's the problem right there. We're too busy going back and forth with
Blame.
at each other,
Right.
and the relationship is sitting over here just suffering, right? And then we turn around and look like, I don't even like the relationship I'm in. Yeah, because you guys are not tackling the issue at hand.
You're not tackling it together.
Right.
All right. So I think that's it. We could go on and on and on.
But thank you for all your feedback.
Yes,
We greatly appreciate it.
Thank you. I think we had a couple more. Like Kelly had a last comment.
Okay.
Okay. All right. We're going to get these comments in. All right. Learn, grow, and be committed to the truth. There will be no reason for lying. Absolutely, Kelly. Absolutely.
That's a part of maturing.
Yes.
Right.
And that's progression.
Yes.
But remember what we said. It's easy to say the right thing to do, but it's hard to do it. When we are confronted up front with our lie, sometimes it's so hard. Or when we are confronted with things that we don't want to face, it's so hard. So sometimes we have to talk to ourselves and say, look, I'm going to face the truth, and then I'm going to be able to deal with the truth and then tell the truth, and then we can work on it together. Sometimes it's easy to say what to do and it's hard to do it. I can honestly say you guys have given me and my partner hope and goals to rebuild and reestablish what we lost. Absolutely.
Exactly. And you know what? And you
And
can.
it's going to be better than before, because
Right.
when you work, and this is talking from experience. This is not theory. This is experience. When you rebuild, it becomes better, stronger, more intense than it was before. Because
Exactly.
initially, you're getting to learn each other brand new. So there's no expectations. But now, when you're willing to work on what you had, and you're willing to come into the relationship with an honest and open type of this is who I am, this is who I want to be, and this is what I want to relate. When you come back to rebuild it, and you're as you said, I'm forgiving. You have to forgive past mistakes. You have to reestablish that trust. When you do that, it's so much better. It's going to be so much stronger when you're committed to making it better the second time.
And the key to that is if you guys
Yeah.
are willing to tackle the issues together for the sake of the relationship, then it will become stronger. Because both of you guys, facing the issues versus facing each other, like I said before, will make your relationship better. And that's how you improve your relationship.
And understanding where the issues come from, finding the root causes of them, and then tackling them together and understanding. Sometimes all it takes is the understanding why a person does what they does to help the other person have a different perspective of it.
And I'll say, if you're in the process of rebuilding your relationship, then maybe you want to be truthful and honest and have better open communication. Because you probably got in that predicament because of one of those three issues. You're not trustworthy, you're lying, you feel like there's no safe space to speak, any of those number of things. So if you could start anew and just be open, just say, listen, learn that person, learn their ways of communication, understand what triggers them, how their childhood played a role in how they interact with you in this relationship now. And work together to actually just make it better. Hey, listen, it's work, right? It's good work.
If you work in the beginning, it's well worth it.
Yes, it is. And in some things, we don't always seek out advice or understanding on how to have a successful relationship. We just keep jumping from relationship to relationship. But this is one of the ways, right? So he's like, I'm gonna have a better relationship. How are you gonna have a better relationship? One, we have honest communication. I'm gonna stop lying. Whether it's just a little bit of a lie, just to cover up one thing or that. No, I can tell you the truth. If I feel like I can tell you the truth, I'll continue to tell you the truth. And then that way our relationship will prosper.
And then it helps me to build on something that I don't feel comfortable yet talking about.
Exactly.
We had some more comments.
I am Tina. I'm partner. Come like Jason. You got to keep it right there, bro. Right. You got somebody come. That's it. What it is. All right. So you know what? And those are the ones that can kind of work out. But sometimes the firecracker.
Yep, the firecrackers in there.
Come in. Turn the shot, boy. I like that thing. But you know what? You just have to. I mean, like I'm confident here. And then come out.
He goes fight the battle. He fights it in his own way, and I have to realize that his way is his way and my way is my way. Right. So we have to understand that each person is different. We're unique, and that I respect him for the qualities that he has, and he has to respect me for the qualities that I have. Big mouth, quiet temper, aggressive, whatever it is, a go-getter, a winner, all those positive things I am. Beautiful, kind, don't lie, right? So we have to respect, we have to learn to, one, the honesty is stop lying to ourselves about the partner that we have. We have to be honest with who they are and accept them. Accept them for who they are. That's the biggest issue in relationships. We want to believe our partner is something else, and we want them to be something else, and then we want them to change, but this is who they are.
Yep.
And so let's take it at face value, and either you want to be with that person or you don't.
Yep. All right, I think that's it. We are out of here. We appreciate all of your comments. Don't forget to like and share Also,
subscribe.
over there on YouTube for us. Legendary Relationship. It is legendary. Yeah, Legendary Relationship on YouTube.
All right.
We
And we
greatly.
are building relationships one day at a time, guys.
That's right.
It's just one day. Every day is a different day to do better than we did yesterday. But let go of the past. The past has no benefit to us. Let's start from right here, right now. All right. Can you put out the likes on there? Thank you, baby. So we want to shout out all of our likes and loves and Facebook users and
Oh, Kim.
all right, hey, Kim, glad that you were on. And Sandra was on. She liked it. All right. See, Jason gonna make me feel like okay. Antoinette, and then Lisa was there, and then Dennis, and then Kelly. All right. Thank you.
Appreciate you
everyone.
all.
Don't forget to like, share, and if you know anyone that's complaining about their relationship, I mean, Jason, you are a strong man. Tina, a firecracker.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I am not. I'm a very calm, quiet, sensitive person.
You know what, Dennis? I sit back and light the flame, and I sit back. You got to break a firecracker. She just. I just got to sit back and enjoy it.
But those who don't know that about me, they sure learn real quick and real fast. Don't mess with the Tina Marie. All right.
I love you guys.
Always keep striving for better. And as always, we're
In it to win it. Hey, till next week, guys. Thanks.